So here we are again. You're welcome to sit or lie down for the first part of the practice. So it's just on 6 o'clock. So just choose whether you'd like to sit or lie down. Oh, there's Tinker. Hello, Tinker. Tinker is Helen's dog. So sitting or lying down, you might like to sigh the breath away 2 or 3 times as you settle and let go of your day, and let go of yesterday and the day before that, and any thoughts about what's ahead. Perhaps saying to yourselves a few times, I am present, I am here, I am breath. I am present, I am here, I am breath. For the first minute or so, I invite you now to just turn your attention to your breath and just be aware of the breath entering the nostrils and leaving the nostrils. Perhaps deepening the breath a little. So just tuning into the rhythm of your breath, the sound of the breath, the feel of the breath as it enters and leaves the nostrils. So gathering your attention and focusing on the breath. And perhaps noticing a little pause at the top of the inhale, might just be a second or two. And a little pause at the end of the exhalation, again, might just be a second or two, but don't force this, only if it feels natural to allow that to occur. So you're breathing in and then some space, and breathing out and a little more space. Seeing if you can begin to dwell a little more in the space between the breaths. It's a magical place. That little pause, that little gap at the top of the inhale and at the end of the exhale. So in our practice tonight, the intention is to explore and sink into the vast open space of our being, to experience our very own spaciousness and aliveness. For most of us, we come to yoga with parts of us that feel numb or blocked or contracted, forgotten, knotted up, perhaps even rejected or despised. And these blockages or contractions are often the result of fearful life experiences, hurtful or scary experiences, or survival patterns we adopt to protect ourselves from further hurt. Sometimes we shut down or close our hearts to avoid further pain and hurt. And sometimes this is entirely understandable, even necessary. But problems develop if we continue to stay closed down or stuck or rigid or blocked. If energy doesn't flow, we can begin to live small lives where our light is dimmed, desperately trying to protect ourselves. With the state of our current world, it's also easy to be consumed with fear, even doom. Yet, as the theologian Harold Thurman once famously said, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and go do that. Because the world needs, what the world needs is people who have come alive. Yoga is one modality that we can draw upon to firstly investigate the parts of us that feel closed or blocked, and to lovingly accept these parts, as well as becoming aware of the parts of us that feel a little more open and spacious and free. And then over time, we might be able to begin to slowly start breathing new life into our being, encouraging life to flow and our hearts and bodies to open. So I invite you to take a moment now to note what is going on in your body and your mind in this moment. What have you brought with you to the mat this evening? And I'd like to share with you some words from the wonderful Buddhist teacher, Stephen Levine. Seeing what's happening, even if it's unpleasant to acknowledge, can feel very good because it's the truth of the moment, and the truth is beautiful. Even acknowledging I feel uptight openly in a spacious, non-judgmental manner frees the tightness and the fear which maintain it, and can unblock the heart by its self-acceptance. Trying to hide from the negative states, to distract ourselves or run away, just invites them to come back because of the negative attachment. It just tightens the knots. When we cultivate the mindfulness that can accept them, we acknowledge our wholeness and see it all as it is, just more stuff, more bubbles passing through the vast space of mind. In a clear seeing of anger or fear or insecurity or doubt, each thing is diffused. It doesn't beg for expression. Its reactive power is dissipated. Mindfulness will cut through it. So we're just going to begin with a practice I think you all know, which is our self-holding practice, which is used for PTSD, and it's really good if we're feeling agitated or anxious or unsettled. It's one that I work with quite a lot myself. I really, really enjoy it and find that it's really helpful. So if you're lying down, you might like to come up to sit to work with this. And we're going to be placing the hands on 5 different parts of the body, beginning with the sides of the head. So we're just cupping the sides of the head. Just try to relax your arms, your face, your shoulders, and we'll just take 3 slow breaths here. When you finish the 3 breaths, there's no hurry. We're going to move the hands. So one hand's going to go to the forehead, the other hand to the back of the head. And again, we take 3 breaths. And then when it's time, the hand that's on the back of the head moves to the heart space. So keep the hand on the forehead, 3 breaths here. So a lovely way to soothe ourselves when we're experiencing something inside that rattles us or makes us feel uneasy or sad or concerned, fearful. Good. And then the hand that's on the forehead moves to the belly. 3 breaths here. Feel that you are touching yourself with great love and tenderness and acceptance for whatever you are experiencing in this moment. And then finally, the hands on the heart moves to the back of the head, hand on the belly, hand on the back of the head, 3 breaths. When you finish, just bring the hand that's on the back of the head to the belly. So now both hands are resting over the belly. We're going to move on to working with a bit of chanting, and we're going to work with the mantra Om, but break it into the 3 syllables Ah, Oo, So with the hands on the belly, we're going to work first of all with the syllable Ah, and as we're chanting, we imagine the vibration of the sound traveling down into the belly. So we'll work with 3 of these. Let's exhale all breath to begin. And then breathing in. Ah. Ah. Good, and just a little space between each round of the chant. So now we'll move the hands to the heart space, and the syllable is oo. So I've done ah, now we're up to oo, chanting into the heart. A little bit of space between each round. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in. Ooh. 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 And then moving the hands to the sides of the head once again. So the syllable 3 rounds. Let's breathe in. Mm. Mm. Releasing the hands down. So let's now put those 3 syllables together. So we'll be chanting ah, ooh. Just moving your awareness from the belly to the heart, into the head as we chant. So 3 rounds. Just exhale. And then breathing in. Ah. All right, so we're going to work with that chant again and add a little bit of movement. So I invite you to come into a kneeling position, and you can either be in a low kneel or up high if that's better for you. And I'll just come back to meet you. This is just a short version of the kneeling salute. Better grab my glasses. So we're either up high like this to begin, or down here if this is available to you. So the first exhalation of the salute will chant ah, the second exhalation ooh, the third and then we, in the last exhalation, put the 3 together. So we'll do 3 rounds of this. Let's exhale all breath to begin. And then breathing in. Inhale, cat, tuck your toes. We're going to move into dog as we chant ooh, ooh. Down onto your knees, into child. Coming all the way up and putting the 3 syllables together, palms together. Ah. So 2 more of these. Breathe in. Ah. Into dog. Ooh. Down onto the knees, back into child. Inhale, come all the way up. One more, breathe in. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Take a breath here. And then let's come into extended child. So big toes touching, your knees are at least hip width apart, arms extending forward. And find your breath. So remembering that we bring the poses to life with our breath. So we're breathing in a little space, little pause, breathing out and a little space, a little pause, empty. Long, smooth inhalation and some space, and long, smooth exhalation and more space. Feeling that you are creating more space inside with your breath, deepening the breath, sending the breath throughout the body from the fingertips all the way down to the tips of your 10 toes. Good. Now just sliding your fingers back towards your knees. And let's come up onto our knees once again into a high kneel. We'll do a little bit of lunging. So step the left leg forward. Just give your right knee a bit of support, blanket or little cushion if that is what's needed at this moment in time. So hands are onto our left thigh, shoulders back, heart open. Let's breathe in and come forward. Come back to center and forward. Center and forward. Let's do 2 more of these and then we'll hold. Come back to center, little pause and forward. And last one. Okay, now we can hold it here. I'd like to bring the hands onto your hips. Those of you who'd like a bit of stronger practice tonight, see if you can tuck your right toes under and very carefully lift that right knee off the mat. So I might be in a position a bit like this. Hips are square, shoulders are relaxed. We're breathing. If you're feeling really energetic tonight, you might extend the arms up. Good. And then just bring the hands down slowly and carefully lower that right knee. And let's step the left leg back and we'll try the other side. So right leg forward, give that left knee a bit of support if it would like it. And deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, center. Little pause. And and exhale forward, pause empty. So 3 more of these. And last one. Good, so you can stay exactly as you are, or you can bring your hands to the hips. You might like to tuck your left toes and carefully, helps to have a wall sometimes, lift that left knee off the mat. The hands can stay down, or you might like to extend the arms up. Keep the breath flowing. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth. Good, and then carefully lower the hands down, lower the left knee, take the right leg back. We're coming back into extended child just for a breath or two, and then we're going to lift up into elephant pose. All right, so taking the hands mat width apart, tucking your toes, so your feet are mat width apart as well, and then we're going to lift the knees. Once again, lift the hips. If the legs are feeling quite tight, you can bend one leg and then the other. Otherwise, just holding your beautiful elephant. Let your trunk hang freely. The head, the neck, relax. You might blow the breath out through the mouth. And then just allowing the whole body to breathe. So drop the idea of breathing just in through the nose, down into the lungs. And imagine that you're breathing in from all around you and breathing out into the space all around you. Whole body breathing. Space inside, space outside. Good. Now from here, look towards your hands, and we're going to walk our feet towards the hands. Feet are hip width apart, legs can be bent or straight. Let's lift up halfway, so fingers onto your shins or onto the mat. And as we exhale, we're lowering down. So we'll do this a couple more times. Breathe in, halfway lift, pause. And breathe out, lower back down. And once more. Good, and just hang for 2 or 3 breaths now. And then we'll slowly start to come up. Stretching the arms all the way up overhead. Bring your palms together and bring your hands down through the center. And release. All right, so we're into Tadasana, our beautiful mountain pose, turning the palms of the hands forward. As we breathe in, we're going to bring the arms forward, breathing in through the nose. A little space at the top of the inhale, and then we're blowing the breath out through the mouth. And pausing empty. Breathing in through the nose, pausing at the top, and blowing the breath out through the mouth. Pause empty. Let's keep going. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do 2 more. And release. Okay, let's interlace the fingers behind the head. Draw the elbows back, tuck the chin in a little, and we're just going to twist from side to side. You can keep this quite slow or you can speed it up. Keep the hips facing forward and keep drawing the elbows back. If this is a bit intense for your shoulders, you can have the arms straight and swing them around like this instead. But endeavoring to keep those hips facing forward. Good. And then just come back to center. We're going to keep the left hand behind the back of the head and drop the right hand down to our right thigh. Now, again, if this is a bit strong for your shoulder, you can just drop this left arm down as well. We're going to do a lateral stretch. So a nice deep breath in. And then we're tipping over to the right side, drawing that left elbow back. Breathe yourself back to center. A little pause. And then exhale, tipping over to the right side. Left elbow back. Breathe into center. And over to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Now release the left arm down and we'll try the other side. So option 2, just have that right arm down by your side if that's better for your shoulder. Otherwise, drawing that right elbow back. Left hand on your thigh, deep breath in. And tipping over to the left. Inhale to center. Pausing full. And exhale, creating more space through that right side. Breathe to center. And to the left. Inhale, center, and release the right arm down. All right, a little bit more work for the sides of the body. So this time we'll inhale the arms above the head. We're going to interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, pause full, and then we're exhaling over to the left. So really working on creating more space, more length through the torso, through the sides of the body. Breathe yourself back to center. Tuck the chin in. And then over to the right side. You can always have the arms separated like this if that's better for your shoulders. Inhale, center. And release the arms down. We'll do 2 more of these. So breathing in, raise the arms. Might bring the opposite index finger in front this time. Turn the palms up. And over to the left side. Inhale, center. Tuck the chin in. And over to the right. Breathe in. And release the arms. And last one. Opening up the sides of the body here with this beautiful stretch over to the left, back to center, and to the right. Back to center. And release the arms down. Good. And just give the legs a bit of a shake. Okay, we're going to take that into our triangle now, Trikonasana, but a different variation again. So turning the left toes around, nice wide stance, making sure your left heel is in a straight line with the arch of the back foot, just to help with your alignment. So we're going to wrap this right arm around the back, seeing if we can reach towards the left hip area, thigh, top of the thigh, the hip joint. And then this left hand is going to go on top. So this is our start position. We're going to breathe in and slowly start to lean over to the left. And I want you to really focus on keeping this left side of the body open and long. So not crunching or collapsing this left side. We're keeping this side as long as the right side, if we can. So we keep lengthening over, not worrying about going down too much at this point. Just keeping the head in more of a neutral position to begin. And breathe. Good. All right, let's slowly come up. We're going to do this same side again. So keep the hands where they are. Deep breath in. And leaning over to the left, keeping this left side of the torso long. Now you can either keep the hands where they are, or this time release the left arm down. This top hand can go onto your hip, or we're extending this right arm up. You're welcome to keep the head in a neutral position, or if it's okay for your neck, turn to look up towards your right thumb. And breathe, still focusing on keeping the left side of the body long, not shortening that side. And those of you who want a little bit more of a challenge tonight, we can start to bring this left arm up to meet the right. So the arms are roughly shoulder width apart. And we're going to work a little harder to breathe here. And then inhale, come all the way up. Nice little pause and release the arms down. Good. Let's try the other side. So turning your feet around, check that your right heel is in a straight line with the arch of the back foot. This time we're going to take our left arm behind, reaching for the hip crease, and then the right hand goes on top. This side might feel quite different, and that's okay. So deep breath in, and then we're going to start to lean over to this right side. Focusing on keeping the right side of the body long, not just the left side. Working to roll this top shoulder back. So again, don't worry too much about coming down low. I want you to really focus on space through this right side of the torso to begin. Breath is flowing. Good. And then let's slowly come up. And we'll do this side again. When you're ready, inhale. And exhale, leaning over. So you can either keep the hands where they are, or now release the right arm down. Top hand can go into your hip, or extending the arm up. And either looking forward, or if it's okay for your neck, you can turn to look up towards your left thumb. Still focusing on keeping the right side of the torso long. Breath flowing. Face soft, no tension through the mouth. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, you're bringing this right arm up now, taking the left arm over a little. Good, and then inhale, come all the way up, little pause, and exhale. And release. Okay, let's come to the fronts of our mat, standing into Tadasana. Bring the hands into Namaskar Mudra, prayer position. Shoulders relaxing down the back. Tuck the chin in a little. Skin of the face soft. You might like to close the eyes. And just taking a moment to prepare ourselves to work with Chandra Namaskara, salute to the moon. We haven't done this for a while. We've got a beautiful full moon tomorrow night. So I invite you to visualize a beautiful night sky. Imagine you're standing outside somewhere in nature, perhaps your favorite place in the world. And you've got this amazing night sky, perhaps lots of twinkly stars, lots of space. So just be aware of the magnificent space all around you. And then a beautiful full moon in the sky. So ready to welcome the energy of the moon into your being with this practice. We'll go through perhaps 4 sequences. If you're a bit low in energy, you can always take a rest. You can go into child pose or sit or lie down if you need to. And remember, you can always visualize yourself doing the practice if you can't do it on a physical level. So the idea of a spacious night sky with that beautiful full moon. And let's exhale, release the arms down. Inhale. And exhale, reaching up into space and then drawing that space down into your being. Breathe in, looking up towards that beautiful full moon. And exhale, coming forward, legs bent or straight here. Stepping the left leg back and bring the knee down, untuck your toes, inhale into Ardha Chandrasana, crescent moon. And then exhale, we come into plank. And then no breath in the body as we come into the 8-pointed position. Inhale through into cobra. Bend your legs, tuck your toes, back into dog. Let's take a breath here in dog. And then look towards your hands, step the left leg forward. So lower the right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, crescent moon. And exhale, we come back into Uttanasana. Legs bent or straight. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms together and exhale. Okay, so 3 more of these. Breathe in. Breathe out. Coming forward. So this time we take the right leg back, untuck your toes, inhale, Ardha Chandrasana, and into plank. And then down into the 8-pointed position. No breath in the body here. Inhale, slide through into cobra, little pause. Bend your legs into dog, pause, empty, and then take a breath. Look towards your hands, step the right leg forward. Lower the knee, untuck the toes, Ardha Chandrasana. And left leg forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Breathe in. Space all around you and inside of you. Beautiful full moon in the night sky. Left leg back. Ardha Chandrasana. Into plank. Knees, elbows, chest and chin. Through into Bhujangasana, cobra. Bend your legs into dog and we take a breath. Left leg forward, lower the knee, inhale. And right leg forward. Inhale, come up. And exhale. Okay, last one. Right leg back, crescent moon, into plank, 8-pointed position. Inhale, and into dog, take a breath. Right leg forward, lower the knee, inhale, arms up. And exhale. Coming all the way up. Palms together. And exhale. Just resting the hands back at the heart space and take 2 or 3 breaths here. Good. And release your arms. Let's take the legs. Well, I'm going to do a couple more standing poses before we come back down to the floor. So first of all, a wide-legged squat, and we're going to hold the squat tonight. So feel free to stay as long as you like, and you can always come out early if need be. So turning the toes out, and then when you're ready, deep breath in, raise the arms up. And as we exhale, we're bringing the hands to the heart and coming into our squat. Shoulders soft. And spine is as straight as possible, perpendicular to the floor. I'd like to turn the sides of the mouth up slightly. Remembering that we bring the poses to life with our breath. So feel your very aliveness in this pose as we work to stay, legs working now, feeling strength through your legs. Couple more breaths if we can. And then inhale, take the arms up. And exhale, release from the pose. And shake it out. All right, take the legs back wide, but this time turning the toes in a little bit. We're coming into a forward fold. So either interlacing the fingers behind, and we'll lift the arms up and over the head, or hands can go to the buttocks and you'll slide the hands down the backs of the legs. So when you're ready, deep breath in, open the front of the body first. So you feel space through the front of the body, and then exhale. See if you can come forward with a flat back. So either lifting the arms up and over the head or sliding the hands down the backs of the legs. Legs can be bent or straight. If you've come as far as your ankles, you can take the arms out to the side, but just try to draw the shoulders up into the back. There's no tension in the shoulders. Letting the head hang. And the breath flow. So again, another couple of breaths if we can. You can always come out early if need be. Come out very safely. So any lower back tenderness, bend the legs as you come up. Otherwise, the hands might go onto the hips and you come up. And you might want to stretch the arms all the way up overhead, bringing the palms together. And bring the hands down to your heart. And release. All right, let's come to lie onto our tummies. We're just resting one hand on top of the other and your forehead or chin on your hands. And just take a rest there for 2 or 3 breaths. Okay, so we're going to take the arms now above the head, bringing the forehead down onto the mat. Feet are hip widths apart, and we're going to just begin by stretching through one side of the body and working again with that idea of creating extra space and length through the body. So let's exhale all breath. And as we breathe in, we're lifting left arm, head, and left leg. Looking for length rather than height. So stretching fingertips and toe tips in opposite directions and lower. So we'll do 2 more of these. So left arm, left leg. And lower. And 1 more. And lower. And let's do the same on the other side. Right arm, head, right leg. Stretching through the body. And lower. 2 more of these, just noticing how this side feels, if it feels the same or quite different to the first side. No judgment. Lower. And once more. And lower. All right, so now we're going to work with the diagonal stretch. So on the next inhale, we're lifting left arm, head, and right leg. And down. 2 more. And again. And then moving to the other side, so lifting right arm, head, and left leg. And lower. 2 more. Good. Okay, just take a rest. You might like to bend the arms, breath or 2. And then we're going to work with our star lift, and we're going to just do this once and lift up and hold. And again, you can stay as long as you like in this pose. So the arms are angled out to the side and our legs are also mat widths apart. Forehead is down. So we'll exhale all breath here. And then when we're ready, we inhale, lifting both arms, legs, and head. And breathe. Allowing your whole body to breathe and take up space. You can stay another few breaths if you're happy, but when you've had enough, you'll just slowly lower down. And this time bring your arms down alongside the body and turn your head to one side. If the lower back's feeling a little bit tender, you can bend the lower legs and swing them from side to side. Okay. So working now with our dynamic locust Shalabhasana, which I think you all know, but feel free to have a look if you're not sure. So we have the head to one side, the arms are down alongside our hips. Exhale all breath. And when we breathe in, we bring the head to center, we lift the arms, we lift the legs. And as we exhale, we lower everything down and turn the head the opposite way. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, we lower, alternating the head from side to side. Let's do 4 more. And last one. And take a rest. All right, one arm above the head. We're rolling over onto our backs. Bringing the knees into the chest, giving yourselves a lovely hug. Perhaps a little rock from side to side. Just taking a moment to check in with yourself, note how you're feeling in body and mind and heart. And we're going to come back to our chant, working with the syllables R, U, M. So in a moment, we're going to raise the legs up, arms overhead, and we'll chant the knees back in. We'll do 3 of these. So let's exhale all breath to begin. And then breathing in. Take a breath. And then we're going to move into a twist before we move into Shavasana. So just stretch the legs out along the mat and take the arms out to shoulder height. Just check that you're lying in a straight line. And then bring the right foot to rest on your left thigh. Left hand goes to the outer edge of the right knee. Deep breath in here. And then we're taking the knee across the body. Just relaxing that right shoulder down. You can either keep looking straight up or you might choose to turn to look towards your right fingers. Okay, let's gently come back to center. Just give that right knee a little bit of a hug and a squeeze. And then stretch the right leg out. Let's do the other side. So left foot on the right thigh, right hand to the outer edge of the knee. Deep breath in. And carrying the knee across the body, relaxing that left shoulder, perhaps turning to the left. Keep the face soft and the breath flowing. Slowly come back to center. Give that left knee a hug and stretch it out. Arms down along by your sides. Inhale, extend both arms overhead, point your toes, space all around and inside. And exhale, lower your arms. Let's do 2 more of these. Breathe in. And breathe out. Pausing empty. And last one. Pausing. And exhaling. And release. So let's set ourselves up now for a guided relaxation. Gather what you need to be comfortable, to be warm. If you wear glasses, you can pop those to one side. And I'm going to come up to be closer to you once again. So you might begin by sighing the breath away 2 or 3 times as you settle down. And you might also like to say to yourselves a few times, I am present. I am here. I am breath. I am present. I am here. I am breath. So for these first few moments, I invite you to explore the feeling of spaciousness and openness and expansion, and acknowledge that this state is always available to you. And then in your mind's eye, I invite you to visualize yourself standing in a large green field somewhere in nature. To one side of you, not that far away, is a cliff with a huge ocean below. When you look in the opposite direction, all you can see is green. So stretching as far as the eye can see. So to one side of you is a deep blue ocean, stretching for miles and miles. And to the other side of you is this beautiful, lush green field. No trees or large bushes, no buildings, no cars, no fences. Just this open expanse. Green field. The expanse is incredible. And you start to feel very free in the middle of nowhere with endless space all around you. In every direction, space and freedom. Above you is a beautiful, bright blue sky, not a cloud to be seen, just endless blue, refreshing blue, clean, fresh air, very little breeze, but not too hot either. Notice how you feel in this place. No limitations, no restrictions, no boundaries, just space. A feeling of possibility, freedom, hope. Spend time doing whatever you want to do in this place. You might like to twirl around and around with your arms outstretched. Or you might like to lie down on the green grass and gaze up at the beautiful blue sky. You might like to sit at the cliff edge and gaze out at the water. Just enjoy being in this place. The feeling of freedom and hope and endless possibilities. Pema Chodron writes, "You are the sky. Everything else is just the weather. You are the sky. Everything else is just the weather." Feel free to stay exactly as you are if you're really happy there. But those of you who are ready to move on into the rest of your evening, Just start now to bring your attention back into your physical space, into your physical body, connecting with your breath as it flows in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils. Gently and slowly bringing yourself back, wriggling fingers and toes, having a bit of a stretch. And then carefully rolling over to one side and making your way up into a comfortable seated position. Just taking your arms out to the side. Deep breath in, raising the arms up. And bringing the hands down to your heart. Bowing your head towards your heart. Namaste. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Love to you all.
Fiona.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.